Hey guys, it's Lydia, and today I'm going to talk to you about the free BLM land that we have in Florida. So stay tuned. In my office, and I'm going to show you the website. Is this one that's here, and I'll link it down below so you can see it. So this one basically is going to bring you to all the 5 districts. The state of Florida is divided into 5 districts that are managed by the water management, and these are the 5 districts within Florida. You have to apply to each one individually. They're managed by different companies, so your websites and your permitting is going to be different in most of them. So the one that I got a permit for Hickory Hammock was this one, but it's very different to the one here. I noticed that online. Go to this website here. It will bring you a map and tell you the area. So it's very easy for you to look and know which area. If you click down, you'll see that the Northwest Florida Water Management District is over here. And it tells you the counties that belong to that particular area. There's also a phone number if you need to get information and ask certain questions from them. And all of these can be linked. So these are the 5 different districts right here. If I go ahead and click on this one, it's going to bring me to that area there. And they're all different websites. So if you click on a different one, your website's going to be totally different than the other ones. This one I haven't been to yet, so let me take a look here. Usually you'll see it under recreation. So we'll click on recreation, and this is going to tell you where you can reserve pretty much anything in the area. It tells you the step-by-step instructions for making a camping reservation and how to cancel reservations. These are the different recreation areas here. Let's see what this is. Okay, so if you hit on the recreation activities matrix, it will give you an idea of what you can do. Okay, so here it is. The one that you want is the one that says RV camping. So those are the ones that you're going to want to reserve at. Okay, so I put in a call to this district management specialist that's noted on here because it's very confusing up in the north area. They don't give you information for campgrounds, which is very different than the website down to the south. I'm hoping that they're going to call me back and let me know. It seems that Goose Pasture campground is pretty much the only thing that they have noted on here. It says RV camping. These are very confusing websites. The one in South Florida and some of the other ones are much easier to handle than this. Something like this, you do have to call in advance. I'm hoping that he's going to call me. I'm not sure if that's free, so that's why I'm calling to find out if that is the only campground, if it's free, if there's any other way to camp up in those areas. But this is just something that you're going to have to do is call in advance. The only good thing about this is they do have a lot of phone numbers on here, and you might have to call a couple of times to different areas until you land with the right person. I would not head over there and expect to get a phone call or get somebody on the phone the same day or standing outside a gate wondering anything. This is something, there's certain areas that if they're very confusing online, they're going to be very confusing getting there. So I would plan ahead and I would call in advance and plan my day trip there with a lot of time and make sure that I have everything, all my ducks in a row before I got there, because this just seems very confusing to me. I don't know why it's done like this, but all the other districts are not, are not confusing at all. I mean, they're very catered to camping, and obviously there's a lot of primitive camping up there. There's hunting. It's just very confusing, their website, the way that they handle it. So there's really nothing here that shows me anything other than this area here for the recreation. And when I click on that, I mean, yeah, it shows me the different regions of that particular district. So that district is divided into different regions. I just need for it to say if they allow camping or not. They talk a lot about the trails, and they talk about hunting and fishing, hiking and biking, riding horses, but they don't seem to cater a lot to camping. So I don't know. We'll wait and see if this person calls me and lets me know what's going on.
Swanee River Water Management District. I was returning your phone call.
Oh, yes, I had a question for you regarding the website. I know that the district allows, the water management allows camping like in southern Florida and some other areas there. But I noticed in that northern region where you're at, it doesn't really seem like there's any RV camping up in that area.
No, ma'am, there is, because of our property, the only property we have that has camping is our Goose Pasture track out in on the Washita River.
Okay, so that's the only one up in your area. And is that a fee? Is that did they charge for camping there?
No, ma'am, but it's a primitive site and there's no hookups.
Right, okay. So how does somebody go about reserving to go to, it's called Goose Pasture, you said, right?
Yes, there is no reservations. It's first come, first serve.
Oh, okay. And there's no gate or anything to get in there? Because I saw something about like a gate or something.
There's a group area for large groups that can be reserved, but the general camping area is first come, first serve.
Okay. And is there a place on their website that it tells me the address for Goose Pasture?
There is no address there.
So how does someone find the campground?
On the website, there's driving directions there.
Oh, to the Goose Pasture. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. The Goose Pasture campground. On our website, myswaneriver.com, click on recreation.
Okay.
And click on the northwest region, and then go down on the table to Goose Pasture.
Yeah.
And when you click on it and the page comes up, there's driving directions from Perry there.
Do you recommend that a large RV can go there, or is this something for like a small van or a small?
You've got about 5 or 6 miles of pretty nasty dirt road to drive.
Okay, so you recommend something with like a 4x4 or like a truck camp or something? Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't. If I had a real nice big RV, I would not drive it in there.
Right. Okay, that's why I had a question for something like that. So somebody who's more into something really primitive. I mean, really primitive.
Most of the camping in our areas in state parks or private campgrounds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you're very primitive, in other words.
Yes, that's very primitive there.
Yeah, okay. It's way out. Okay, well, I appreciate you calling and letting me know. I know the district has different types of, like I went to Hickory Hammock not too long. It's also through the water management, but they're very different, I'm assuming, from your area. Okay.
Yes, they have some water management district has developed campsites and others don't. And we don't have developed campsites.
In that area. Okay. Well, sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling me.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. Bye. If you want to camp up there, it's very difficult to find a spot up there that's just very primitive up there. I'm going to hit the St. Johns River and see what that's there. Okay, this one also looks complicated. It looks very different from the website in South Florida. We can find recreation and land. Seems here that this river area doesn't allow camping. Over here it says only primitive tent camping is allowed on district lands and only at designated locations. No travel trailers, campers, or RVers are allowed. So basically, you're not allowed in this district here. You're not allowed. This is why they don't have anything like that. You could go camping, you just have to have a tent. So, I mean, if you wanted to go camping, you'd have to do that. Basically, your best bet for camping in Florida for free is going to be the South Florida and I believe the Southwest Florida as well. In these two areas, the purple one, which handles this area, click on the South Florida Water Management. And then we're going to go here to where it says recreation. And we're going to go for camping. Okay. Once you get there, you're going to see that you have your 3 options, just like the one in the South Florida district. This is the one that you're looking for. You're looking for equestrian camping areas. And you're going to go down and it's going to tell you, like, Conner Preserve doesn't have that. And it's currently closed. There's no equestrian here. It tells you here if it's equestrian. These are all backcountry. Same thing here. This one says equestrian. It says this site will accommodate both equestrian and non-equestrian campers. Another one that's equestrian. And some of them have pictures so you can actually see the site. The site will accommodate both equestrian and non-equestrian sites. If I click on that, it's going to show me a picture of the spot. Okay, the equestrian, very pretty. This is beautiful there. Very nice. So I would call them. So let's see, camps are closed on these dates. So let's click on that and look at the dates that they have here. Okay, so they have a hunting season coming up, and you're going to want to note that because you may not be able to stay there during that time. So there's a lot of information on here. Additional camping areas here, and the campgrounds on these tracks are managed by other government agencies. See the individual track for type of camping information and reservation. So let's hit this Cold Creek. Bicycling, boating, they have camping, separate campgrounds available for equestrian families, groups, and primitive sites. Sites have picnic tables, fire rings. A reservation is recommended. So you can go ahead and get this. This is probably free. 10 sites that will accommodate horse trailers, allowed up to 8 people. Limited owners are requested to break out after horses. Thorough family campground. 30 RV, 10 sites, electric and water available. So let's ask the question there just to be sure, make sure that I'm reading it correctly. We're going to call them on the phone and ask, and hopefully we'll get the right person and not be transferred to a million people. So these are the kind of things that I would do. If I was on the road, I would be doing this 2 or 3 days ahead of time if I was making plans to go somewhere. Let me put it on speaker.
How can I help you today?
Hi, I have a question for you on the Cold Creek State Park. I noticed that you have some campgrounds. One has electric, and do you have something there for camping area there for RVs that is free?
We do not offer any free camping for RVs, and we currently do not have any facilities that have electric or water hookups. Those are coming in within the year.
Oh, okay, because I'm looking on the website and it says that it does. It has 30 RV10 electric and water available, and that's not there now.
That is currently in construction, actually. So if you check within a year, we're hoping to have that campground completed.
Okay, what about this equestrian campground? Is that only for people with horses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if I just had an RV and I wanted to come there, I couldn't stay there unless I had a horse?
Correct.
Oh,
that is
okay.
for horse riders only, yep.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You have an excellent day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I learned my lesson with a lot of this stuff. I would call in advance, period. Trust me on that. None of this is open right now, and it's right here. So if I didn't call in advance, I'd be headed over there thinking I'm going to get a campground, and they're under construction right now. That's not even available. And there's nothing on this website that tells you anything like that. It doesn't say, well, it's under construction right now. It's not open. There's nothing there. So anything that has to do with federal government or the state running this, don't just head over there when you see something like that. You're going to want to call in advance. And you see how the website says one thing. It says it right here on the website. I read it to her. It says it on there that they have a family, they have campgrounds, and they have stuff. So always call ahead. I mean, nowadays everybody has a phone. And this kind of stuff you have to plan in advance. So if I was on the road, I would be calling these places to find out, because a lot of these things are managed by the government, you know, by the state, or they're managed by the federal government. And a lot of these things change, and they don't keep up with the changes. I might want to call in advance before I drive out somewhere and ask them, you know, can I get into the campsite? What does it look like? This and that, whatever, because you don't want to get stuck somewhere or drive 3 miles and then figure out that the campground is flooded or something like that. So you may want to call in advance to some of these places if you know that there's been a lot of heavy rains in the area or stuff like that. Like I know some of these were closed. That's why I chose Hickory Hammock, because some of these places were closed due to the heavy rains, and I guess they had some flooding or something like that. So when in doubt, always call on the phone. Try to get somebody, call, plan in advance. Don't just head over there and assume that you're going to get something right away. There are always changes, and as you saw, equestrian for these people is not the same thing as equestrian camping somewhere else. Okay guys, so I just wanted to do a quick video with you today on the water district management. Try to let you guys learn a little bit about it. It's very confusing system. There is definitely availability to do free camping in Florida. You just have to be patient. You do have to plan ahead of time. You do have to call and make sure that things are in order. You do have to do research on the website. But can you do it? Yes, you can do it. You just have to be very thorough in the process. If that's not for you, then maybe that, that's not what you want to do. But a lot of these sites, you can stay there for 7 days, which is great. And if you like the really primitive stuff, well, you know that there's a lot of primitive stuff out there. You just have to be able to get to it. So guys, thanks for watching today. I hope I gave you good information. I hope you learned something. If you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. I've been wanting to do this research for a while, and I wanted to bring you live today so you can see what goes on behind the scenes and how I handle things and find things out for myself. Because as I go north, I also want to be able to go to free campgrounds like this and not always be at a Walmart and I wouldn't be able to enjoy beautiful places like this. But it looks like there isn't a lot of that up north. I'm going to continue to research all of this in the future, but I wanted just to see how difficult it is managing some of these areas. When you're on the road, you do need to plan in advance, and you do need to have a lot of patience. And your phone needs to be charged. Anyway, guys, have a great day, because you're going to be on the phone a lot. Trust me. Thumbs up if you like this video. Bye.